exciting review of Atomic Habits by James Clear. And today we're going to be looking at chapter 12, which is titled The Law of Least Efforts. And this law is, this is one of the chapters under the third law of behavior change, which says make it easy. So we're going to learn how to make our habits easy, how to make it very easy to continue with our good habits or to form good habits, and how to make it difficult to continue with bad habits. All right. So we're joining all over again because previously I was told that the network was not so good. All right. So the law of least effort, what does it actually say? In order for us to understand it, there is this very good example by anthropologist and biologist Jared Diamond, who made a statement. He pointed out a simple fact. He said that different continents have different shapes. So when you first hear this statement, it sounds very unimportant and obvious that, yeah, of course, different continents have different shapes. But if you think about it more deeply, you will see that this statement is very profound and it has a high impact on human behavior. And a very good example is this. The primary axis of the Americas runs from north to south. That means the landmass runs from north to south in North America and South America. The same thing is true for Africa. But when you go to Asia and Europe, it runs from east to west. Right, east, west. So the landmass is different, and this has an implication for agriculture. When agriculture began to spread across the globe, farmers would have it very, very easy planting along east-west region because of the climate. The weather was good, sunlight, rainfall. It was just naturally easy for them to plant east-west rather than plant north-south, right? And because of this, they had more agricultural activities in the east-west region rather than the southwest region. So agriculture spread 2 to 3 times faster across Asia and Europe than it did down the Americas, right? So the spread of agriculture is a very good example for the third law of behavior change, which says make it easy. Now let's imagine the farmers planting east-west, right? Because it was just naturally easy for them. The same thing can be said of our behaviors as human beings. And this brings us to the law of least effort. Normally, what we would usually think is that, oh, the higher your motivation, the higher your habit is likely to change. But this is not actually true. What is actually true is that your real motivation is to be lazy and to do what is convenient for you, naturally speaking. As human beings, every one of us wants to do what is convenient, what is easy, what requires least effort from us. So don't beat yourself up if you always want to do the easy things. It is natural for every human being, but there is an effort you have to make in order to get out of this cycle of easy, convenience, and all of that, right? Energy is precious and the brain is wired to conserve it whenever possible. So it is human nature to follow the law of least effort, which will naturally gravitate towards things that require very minimal effort from you. Less energy, less brain tasking, it is less daunting and all of that. For example, expanding your farm to the east where you can grow the same crops rather than heading north where the climate is different and not so easy for your crops to grow, or for you, maybe you probably have to till the ground more, and after planting they may not even grow well because of snow, so much winter and all of that, right? So out of all the possible actions we could take, the one that is realized is the one that delivers the most value for the least effort. We are motivated to do what is easy, like scrolling through your phone, watching TV all day, gisting with your colleagues at work, chatting from morning till night, or just lying down in bed under your duvet, watching Netflix. Tell me, what effort do you need to do that? Nothing. Nothing. You're just going to lie down there and enjoying yourself. Right? Because you don't need any energy to do that. If you tell yourself that you're going to do 10 push-ups in a day, at first you may be very excited, you may have the motivation, oh, you really, really want to do it. But after like 10 days, you discover that you cannot go on because you need a lot of effort, a lot of energy to be doing how many push-ups a day? Maybe 100. Yeah, if I said 10, I wanted to say 100. To do 100 push-ups in a day. So you may likely drop it along the line, say, this thing is not so easy. That's why a lot of people don't keep fit, in spite of their fitness goals. But if you say that, oh, I'm going to do just 2 push-ups in a day, that is quite easy, right? But will it give you the kind of result that you want? If you do 100 push-ups in a day, it may eventually give you, but it will take a longer time, a much longer time, right? So look at any behavior that fills up much of your life, and you will discover that these behaviors are the ones that need the least effort to be performed. They need very low levels of motivation, right? So in every sense, in a sense, every habit is just an obstacle to getting what you really want. If you want to keep fit, then dieting is the obstacle to keeping fit. If you want to become so knowledgeable, you want to become an ardent reader, then reading will come as an obstacle. It's blocking the way to what you want, but you want the outcome, right? But you find it very, very difficult to go through the process, to endure the journey, to do the hard things. So many people cannot do the hard things. They really want it easy, easy, easy. That's why they are not making so much impact in life. Because even though you naturally want to do the hard things, you are not going to have the kind of success stories that you want. You'll probably just be a mediocre, just passing through life, just getting minimal results, like, right? So we may not want to ask ourselves that if everybody naturally feels so easy and we want to do the things that require the least effort, how come we have people doing great things? How come we have people climbing Mount Everest? How come we are able to accomplish the hard things like raising a child? I really smiled when I saw this, like raising a child. I was still talking to somebody yesterday that it is hard work. Hard work, raising a child. Parenting is hard, right? Starting a business. How come some people are able to start their businesses and they are doing so well? This is because, of course, it is not every time you feel motivated. There are times that you are in high spirit, your motivation level is high, your morale is high, high, high. You want to tackle it, right? And then you have the energy to do those things on those days. Meanwhile, there are some days that you find yourself wanting to lazy around. You don't want to do anything. So on the days that your energy is high, the motivation is there, you had better use it to your own advantage. You had better force yourself to be motivated, to push. Even the days that you don't feel like it, still find a way to push yourself to do it, even if it's not 100%. Probably you do 60%, 70%, depending on what you're trying to do. Or you just start off to say, okay, I'll do 20%. And before you know it, you'll be able to do the 100% or even more. So now you have to find a way, an easy way to do the hard things. That is where we're going. We acknowledge the fact that so many things will not come easy. As human beings, we want to do the things that require least effort, right? Or minimal effort. But these things will only deliver very low value to us. Imagine scrolling through your phone every day. What are you going to get from that? You just be going through life. You are not making any serious impact. You may say you are enjoying yourself, but at the end of the day, cumulatively, 10 years from now, you will see that you have not done anything. But if you push yourself, 10 years from now, you'll be so proud of yourself. You would have made a lot of impact. So the best thing to do is to find an easy way to do the hard things. Find a way to enjoy it, right? Because in the long run, those are the things that will pay off. The hard things that you're able to push yourself to do, to force yourself to do. You don't feel like it, but you still do it. You still push anyway. You still say, no, I'm going to go out. I'm going to succeed at this business. I'm going to make sure I read no matter how tired I am. When I was in school, sometimes we would dip our legs inside water because we didn't want to sleep. Some people would eat bitter cola. Some people will drink coffee. Some people will be pacing around and all of that just to make sure that they did not sleep. Why? Because passing that exam is instrumental to your success in life. It adds up. It's not the only thing, but it adds up to the kind of person you want to become in life. You don't want to receive your certificate and you're seeing the kind of results you don't like. You're seeing F. You're seeing ordinary passes, right? At that point, you will wish that, how I wish I pushed. How I wish I forced myself. How I wish I endured it. How I wish I just managed. So that's what we're talking about. You just have to find the way, find an easy way to do the things that do not come naturally to you. So how do you achieve more with less effort? I have an illustration here. Like when you're trying to pump water, let's say this is a hose. You want to use this hose to wash your car. And then this hose is bent like this, right? Tell me, how will the water flow out? The water will flow out, but it will take a lot of energy. It will take a lot of effort. And at the end of the day, probably you are supposed to spend 10 minutes washing that car. You may spend 30 minutes trying to make the water come out. Or even if you want to take a drink with this straw, if it is bent like this and you put it in your mouth, it won't flow out very well. It will take a lot of effort and energy for you to suck out the drink, right? Meanwhile, if it is straight like this, it's so easy. You don't need anything. Just put your lips on it. Then, with very little effort, the drink flows seamlessly into your mouth, right? So that's why we're saying find an easy way to do the hard things. So don't increase the tension in your life. You want to be a good reader. You want to keep fit. You want to be a good parent, right? You want to be a top-selling salesperson in your organization. So there are frictions, there will be tensions. Don't increase the tension. Don't increase the effort, hard work. You are struggling. There are always easy ways to do whatever you are doing. It may be that you have not discovered it, or you have not thought about it, or you are not willing to pay those who have cracked the code and they are finding it easy. You want to figure out everything by yourself. You don't want to pay to attend that workshop where you are going to learn. So in the long run, you are tired. You feel like, it's so hard. You feel alone in this world. Meanwhile, there are some people who have gone through the same process. They've experienced the tension, the friction, the obstacles. And now their life is almost on automation. So you have to find a way to make sure that you learn from them. So remove the bend in the hose or in the straw and let your drink or the water flow easily. That's what you should now aim to be doing. That this thing that I'm doing, how can I do it better? How? Probably you want to become a good reader. Now put your book by your bedside where you will see it. Anywhere you are going, put it in your bag as a lady. Put it in your car. Make it obvious. This is one of the laws of behavior change. Make it obvious everywhere you see it. Put it there. Join a reading club. Join a group, that will motivate you. Join a group that will motivate you, right? Or maybe as a salesperson, you feel very lazy to call your clients. Oh, you have a barrage of text messages that you have to reply to. And at the end of the day, you are replying them 24 hours later, 48 hours later. It's not that you are so busy. You just feel lazy. Automate the system. WhatsApp automation is there called Wamation. There are so many automations on Google as well. Learn about them so that your messages your clients or potential customers' messages are being responded to without you pressing any button on your phone or your computer. You just have to find a way. Right. So this is how you can achieve more with less effort. Habits are easier to build when they fit into the flow of your life. So another effective way to reduce friction associated with your habits is to practice environment design. We've also talked about it. You want to change your bad habits, but you're still mingling with the friends that will always draw you into the bad habits. Change your environment. You are mingling with people who are making you think negatively. People who are always telling you that you cannot succeed at that business. Nobody has done it before. Or maybe you want to be going to the gym. You want to keep fit. And then you want to register in a gym that is far away. When you even think of how many minutes it will take you to drive there or to walk down there, you are naturally discouraged. So look for a gym that is on your way home or very close to where you live. A stone throw. You can wake up and just jog there. And then you are done. Right? So reduce the friction in your home as well. You want to follow a good diet, but then you will always follow people who are willing to go and who always want to go and eat unhealthy food, junks. You go with them and you say, oh, I'm not going to eat anything. No, it's a lie. We've talked about self-control in one of the chapters, how to build self-control. Avoid going to that environment in the first place. Stay in your house. The self-control, you want to go and exercise there to muster all your courage and energy and motivation to say, oh, I won't do it. I'll just sit down with them. I won't do it. Use that same energy, that same self-control to sit down in your house. Use it to convince yourself not to go in the first place. Right. So many examples here. You can automate your system. In the US, for example, the government, in Britain, the government used it also. They discovered that people would always they won't generate enough tax revenue, because if they wanted people to pay tax, they'll first direct them to a web page, then ask them to click a link there. So a lot of people will be discouraged. So they just attach the link to the form so that everything is in one place. Maybe you are not making enough sales because it's the process for your clients or customers to buy from you is too cumbersome. And there are so many competitors out there. So they'll just move to the next available person. These days you have drive-through. KFC drive-through, McDonald's drive-through. Because they've discovered that people want a very short turnaround time. I'm just coming from the office. I want to drive through. I don't want to come down from the car. I have 2 little kids, so I like convenient shopping. Once I just park in front of you, give me what I want to buy. Give me that, give me that, give me that. Because for me to come down is so much a hurdle. I'll first of all bring out my little boy, then the girl. Then he wants to run around and all of that. I'm stressed. So if you cannot give me convenient shopping, then I'll move to somebody who is able to give me that. Because I want the shortest turnaround time to buy from you. And I want to do it in an easy way. Just wind down my glass, tell you what I want to buy, pass it to me, I make payments. That's why McDonald's girls and all of it, they came up with drive-through. I don't want to call, especially if I don't want to eat in. Just punch the button, place my order, then I turn around, through another window, I receive my order. I drive off. I go and enjoy my meal at home. So think about that if you're a salesperson. Automate your system. All right, this is the last one we're looking at. Prime the environment for future use. Oswald Knuckles is an IT developer from Mississippi, and he said that he usually prime his environment. He would reset the room. For instance, anytime he's done watching TV, he would place the remote on the TV stand. He will arrange the pillows on the couch. He will fold the blankets. He's getting it ready for the next use. He doesn't find it easy to just arrange and all of that. No, it doesn't come naturally to him. But so that when next he wants to come and watch TV, the place is set, the place is looking good. Or maybe in your own bedroom, everywhere is scattered. So when next you want to sleep, sleep does not even come because your room is rough. Everywhere is just so disorganized. But every time you wake up, if you lay your bed, you arrange your pillows, when next you want to sleep, your bed is so welcoming. And then you can easily find sleep. You feel at home. You dim the lights. And sleep will naturally come. If you want to prepare a breakfast the following morning, prep the things that you need. Put the pots, this. When you wake up in the morning, it comes very easy for you to cook because you are halfway done. If you're able to lay down your ingredients, you bring out the pot, you don't wake up in the morning and you're thinking, what should I cook? And which pot should I use? That is what will discourage you. And you'll be like, I think I'll just grab something on my way to work, right? So this guy, where is it again? This guy, no calls. Whenever he takes a shower, he will wipe down the toilet. He will quickly wash the toilet before he takes a shower. He said the perfect time to clean the toilet is right before you wash yourself in the shower. So he will quickly do anything when he do everything for the next use. Make it ready for the next use. If you want to get to your table to work well and to be productive, make sure that every time you are done working, before you go home, arrange everything back. Make sure that your workspace is decluttered, whether at home or at work, anywhere, right? Arrange things. That is what worked so well for this guy. Whenever you organize a space for its intended use, you are priming it to make the next action easy. And there are so many ways to prime your environment. It is very, very easy. You want to exercise, set out your workout clothes, shoes, gym bag, and water bottle ahead of time. It comes very, very easy. And the same thing can be done to discourage yourself from your bad habits, right? Maybe you are watching too much of TV. Make sure you can unplug the TV after you finish watching. Yes, after you finish watching, then remove the remote. If you want to go the extra mile, remove the TV from your bedroom or wherever and go and hide it somewhere. So the next time, the motivation to even bring it out of the closet, to start setting up everything, plugging it, fixing the batteries, may discourage you from watching. Or maybe you are addicted to your phone. Go and hide it somewhere. Put it in a room where you don't even see. Just put it there. You won't hear it ring. You won't do anything. And you'll be able to work for a few hours. Or tell somebody to hold it for you. Let them be your accountability partner. Don't give me this phone for the next 3 hours. Put it on silent. Right? You have to take such tough decisions to break yourself from bad habits. Habits that you're addicted to, but they are not getting you anywhere. The things that you just find very easy. You just want to lazy around. Right? You just have to find a way. Leave your phone somewhere. Hide it. Imagine the cumulative impact of making dozens of these changes and living in an environment designed to make the good behaviors easier and the bad ones harder. So whether you are approaching behavior change as an individual, a parent, a coach, a leader, you should ask yourself this same question. How can I design a world where it is easy to do what is right? So redesign your life so that the actions that matter most are always the actions that are easiest to do. You can't always give the least effort to the things that are of value to your life. Rather, look for easy ways to do the hard things. You can still do the hard things with minimal effort, but you must get them done. Anyways, all right. So in summary, number 1, this chapter has taught us that human behavior follows the law of least effort. We will naturally gravitate toward the option that requires the least amount of work. Number 2, create an environment where doing the right thing is as easy as possible. Number 3, reduce the friction associated with good behaviors. When friction is low, habits are easy. Number 4, increase the friction associated with bad behaviors. When friction is high for bad behaviors, they become so difficult to do. And the last one, prime your environment to make future actions easier. I hope that we're going to take action with some of those points, right? Thank you so much. We've come to the end of the review of chapter 12, which says the law of least effort. Please don't forget to like this video, share your comments with me in the comment section below, and please subscribe to this channel in case you're yet to subscribe. I remain Olaide Agbaje, also known as First Lady, and on this channel, I inspire you to live intentionally. I'll come your way again tomorrow by God's grace as we review chapter 13, which is titled How to Stop Procrastinating Using the 2 Minutes Rule. It is going to be another interesting review. Until then, be intentional. Okay? Good. Thank you. Bye, everybody.